Well, hello, gorgeous friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Tara Kindon, the Celestial Manifester, and today I want to take you on the journey of the Scorpio new moon partial solar eclipse. We're going to talk about the human design, we're going to talk about the astrology, and we're going to bring it all together to teach you how and where this may be landing in your body. So how are you all feeling? I really think we are in the precipice of some beautiful, exciting changes in the divine feminine energy. So before we get going, I actually want to light my Scorpio candle. So hang tight with me while I go and grab it. Okay, I'm back. I've been burning my Libra candle and I realized like we're in Scorpio season, girl. Time to move on. And it's been really an interesting energy. I guess before I light it, let me just talk to you. So this is my line, The Witch and the Wick. I know you guys are going to get, no, you're not going to get sick of this. You're going to love every second. So here's what you have. You've got a smoky topaz, you have a pink opal, a black tourmaline, and beautiful carnelian chips. This is to help ground in all those juicy Scorpio vibes, and they are juicy. The pink opal is to help you expand and explore all the realms, because that is literally what you love to do, but you need protection while you're doing it. So the tourmaline, the beautiful smoky quartz, is to help clarity of the mind, the tourmaline to ground you down, and carnelian is just like, how can we put this into the earth? How can we grow this new vision of ourselves? How can we expand? So that is it, part of our celestial collection. So welcome to Scorpio season, everyone. If you're a Scorpio person, and I'm gonna talk more about this in a post, but just if you're a Scorpio person, you may have run into times where you didn't really get it, or you didn't understand, or people are like, oh, you're a Scorpio. Like, yeah, I'm a Scorpio, I have like a stellium of planets in Scorpio, including a Scorpio moon. So like, I go deep, you guys know that. And I love going into all of these realms that people feel a little bit uncomfortable about, and I didn't always feel this way, and I didn't always talk about these things, but like, I'm coming out of the closet, just saying. So let's dive in. Let's pull some cards before we go into the chart. I'm going to share with you first, actually, the astrology chart, and then I'll share with you the human design chart and walk you through how this might land in your physical body. That's what I love about the human design, is the element of the energy. How does this physically show up in my body? How do I feel this? How may I experience this in my energetic field? Okay, so today we're meditating, we're thinking, we're contemplating, and we're exploring. Meditate and explore are the two cards that have shown up for today before we dive in. And let's go all the way in, my friends. So I'm going to share with you, like I said, the astrological chart first. So you see this beautiful chart. I pulled it for 8:18 a.m., which is where I am, Fogo Island. And this is what it looks like. You see in the 12th house here, you've got the moon, you've got the sun, you've got Venus. That 12th house wants us to go explore the subconscious. It's kind of like, it's like the dustbin of the zodiac, where we kind of hide everything in there. So it's that closet you might never look in, but you're having to look at it now. And I do think this is about reprogramming that beautiful energy within all of us that has been, potentially harmed in some way, or it could have even been harmed in a relationship, harmed in a partnership, because and it doesn't need to be harmed. It could just be like an awareness around an experience, an awareness around maybe where you weren't shining as brightly as you could have been in your beautiful feminine energy, right? There is this like lovely little trine that goes down to Juno here, goes down to Estrella, and she wants you to see it. Like, she just wants you to see it for what it is, deal with it, and like allow the awareness to help start the process of healing, and maybe you've already healed this, and it's just like, it's a celebration time for you to be like, whoa, yes, I am finally feeling like I can move on from it. But because this is like a new moon partial eclipse, there's this element we'll be dealing with it again in, like, we'll be seeing the fruits of our labor in June. Okay. So just to stay focused on where we are right now, it's like today in your body, in your emotions, because the moon is here all in this line, saying, how do I feel about where I'm at in my expressing of my true feminine energy? Are there parts of me that need to come forward? Are there parts of me that I've been hiding? You know, and I think we can all agree that there are parts that we hide because we're afraid of the response. We're afraid of the reaction. We don't want to upset the card, especially, yes, people who have Libra as well. And like, I'm a Libra rising. So, you know, we've got Mercury and Libra to balancing out those relationships, trying to help us communicate more clearly, more effectively in relationship. But it's also in the 12th house in this chart, which just says like, it's time to look at where we need a little bit of a pep in our step. We need to revise the way we've been approaching how we shine in the world, and where we've been dimming our light a little bit. It's time to stop that. Can't say it any other way. It's time to stop it. It's time to really, like, you know, meditate on what I've just talked to you about and explore the options, the opportunities, the things available to you to rewrite that story or to look at it a little bit differently, you know. I'm really focused lately on the moon and Venus because I do think that they are our ultimate guiding force behind our divine feminine energy. So that divine feminine frequency that is within all of us. It's just a beautiful look at that. So that's the big piece, you know. We just had the Venus star point. So there was an awakening, there was an awareness, there was something that started, or it got you to look at things in a different way, in a more powerful way, and in a very clear way. Okay. We have the South Node in the first house is something that we're cleaning and clearing out. And look to see, of course, you know, this is the chart for this event, but look at where is Scorpio in your chart? What house is it in? What does that house mean? I mean, you can Google all of this stuff, but this is where it's nice to, if you've never had your chart read before, to get a chart reading, to look at it. How does this transit affect you personally? Because then you can know, okay, well, I have Scorpio in the second house, so I'm dealing with money issues. I'm dealing with, you know, things around how I call in money, or, you know, all the things. So it's like, to go deeper, to get more clear, do that for yourself. Give that to yourself as a gift for your birthday, you know, especially my Scorpio people. Right? We have Hygeia, the goddess of health and wellness. She's here in the second house in Sag. She's kind of like, let's party. Let's really expand. Let's think about, you know, how we want to express and heal and clear, because she's doing a beautiful trine to Chiron. So there may be some health and healing that is happening here around your money, around how you take action with your money, but that there's a healthy way to spend your money and a not so healthy way. Don't get sucked into the things that don't feel really aligned or feel worthy of you, because it's in the second house. So there's this element of like, am I spending money on things that actually don't help me feel more powerful or help me feel more confident or stronger or secure? So there's something to look at there. You've got Pluto here in the third house. Pluto is like transformation. He's been here for a long time. He's still here. And there's something we're still looking at, but he's going to move off 26 degrees, and that he will never come back to this place, right? He will never, ever come back to this place. So there is something potentially in this third house that we're healing around the way we were educated early on, our relationships with siblings, short trips, experiences, you know, how we're really showing up in our current environment, right? So I don't want to run through like every single things. I just feel like it's going to be, you know, a lot of information. I want to keep this like short, sweet, to the point, and to try to give you the things that I feel like are most important. We still have this close enough conjunction here with the North Node and Uranus. So things feel shaky. They may feel shaky in your relationships. It's in Taurus, whatever you're building. It just could be like, I've kind of been thinking about how we're, over the last couple of years, we've been working on getting our sea legs, because it's felt so wobbly and uncertain that we feel more powerful and strong in our stance. We feel more stabilized in our stance. And while we may experience things that, take us off that center, we know who we are now. And Saturn in Aquarius and Vesta conjunct down here in our roots are really grounding us into ourselves, like teaching us how to be more structured, how do we be more structured in our desires and our creativity. Like you've got Jupiter here in the 5th house. We have Neptune, of course, still in Pisces, and they're both in the 5th house. They're saying that Jupiter's expanding whatever you're thinking about, whether it's good or bad. And it's in this house of creativity. So it's like, let's go have some fun. We've forgotten how to have fun. This has been an ongoing thing, I think, for the last couple of years. Like, how do you have fun? How do you explore? How do you expand? How do you experience more? How do you astro travel? Like using this beautiful energy of Neptune, like, what would it be like for you to explore new realms? I've been talking a lot with friends about galactic astrology, something kind of like new and cool and fun. And there's something there. There's something there for sure. And it's funny because we have Neptune squaring Mars up here. Okay. Mars is going to go retrograde soon in Gemini. And there's something we're going to be working on and with. And I do believe a lot of you who are here, who are listening, are thinking more about how can I integrate astrology into my life? How can I integrate human design, and looking more at like these beautiful stars. Like I like to say, as a celestial manifester, the stars made me do it, because it's true. Every day we're being affected by the energy of the planets, of the stars, of all of it. Like you can't ignore it. And people who think that this is woohoo and it doesn't mean anything, or it's, whatever, it's bullshit. It's like the most magical thing you could probably dive into. And I love that the younger generation, like 14, I was at a show selling candles this weekend, and like meeting people and talking to people and sharing energy with people and having great conversations with kids that are like 10 who are into crystals. And I'm like, oh my God, I love you. You're like, you're learning so early. So it's never too early or too late to learn about how your energy impacts other people, and your beautiful energy shows up before you do. It's another thing I can't say enough. Now, let me show you the HD chart and just show you kind of like how it shows up. If you're brand new to human design, friends, I'm going to put a link below to a little mini course I created. That's super. It's actually not that many, but it's very juicy and it's so good and it's fun, and I'm teaching it. So it's amazing, but it'll help you learn more about like the centers and the gates and all the things, and just kind of like helping you put it all together, because it can be overwhelming and some people don't resonate because they don't get it. But let me help you get it, because it's such a beautiful way to learn how you are physically, and energetically designed to share your beautiful energy, engaging your energy with the world around you, the people in your life, people in your community, the people who you just like meet on the street. They get your vibes right away, right? Okay. So this is the personality. When you took when this eclipse took its first breath, this is where the planets were exactly. If we look to the sun, okay, this is the sun and Venus. Remember, they were conjunct in that 12th house. Well, they sit here in gate 28. Gate 28 is known as the gate of challenge, the gate of struggle. When people have that natally, which I have it natally, they freak out a little bit and they're like, oh my God, I'm always going to struggle. I'm always going to have these challenges. But yeah, like, yes, but you teach from that place. So when you go through these experiences that at the time you're like, why me? Why is this happening? It's happening to teach you. It's happening to trigger you to move forward in some way, shape, or form, to grow, to expand, to explore new horizons. It's a privileged gate, I believe, because the people who have this gate are amazing teachers, because they've been there, they've done that. They're not just teaching you from a book. They've walked the path, right? And you can trust them because they're like, they would never lead you down a path that was one they went down that was not so good. Obviously, you can lead the horse to water, but it still has to drink. but having more experience in life, you lead differently. Your energy is different. So this is where there's a transformation happening. And remember, I said, like, looking at this story you're carrying around, these woundings, around these experiences, the challenges, the struggles that you've had, like, it's time to let them go. Don't take them forward anymore. You will never make the same mistake twice. So if you're beating yourself up, if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to make the same mistake again, you are not the same woman you were yesterday, that you were the week before, the month before, the year before. You've changed and evolved. Even from yesterday, you've gained new insights and inspirations via the inputs of life and who you're around, so surround yourself with people that help you expand, help you become, like a higher version of yourself, a more fulfilled version of yourself. We're not here to struggle. We're not, but we're here to balance in the duality of like struggle and joy, right? Because it's literally like, how do I be in these places together at the same time and not lose it? That's the goal. That's the goal. Be in both worlds. Okay. So that's where we're at. Now, I want to look at the moon because the moon is also like right there with these guys. It's here. So she is here in gate 50. This is the gate of nurturing. Okay. The gate of nurturing, opening your heart, being able to nurture the people. It's like you have this intuitive knowingness of like, oh, this person needs me. Or you'll just call somebody and they'll be like, oh my God, I was thinking about you, because you just know, you intuitively know right now who needs what. All of us. So if you're hearing an inspiration or you're hearing an insight of like, this person needs some love from me, this person needs to hear from me, I feel like I need to do this for this person, do it, but don't overdo it. Because on the other side of the 50 is the 27. And this, for us to feel grounded. Okay. So if you're feeling like you're off center, or you're being really, you're feeling a lot of fear or anxiety, you're giving too much away. You're giving too much away to too many people, or you're just not taking care of your own self. And part of taking care of your own self is teaching people how to take care of themselves, so that you're not doing it. You're not doing everything for all the people. You just can't. You physically can't. Regardless of your makeup, you cannot, right? Okay, we're all getting these activations and awareness of like, where have I been giving way too much away? I feel like, and you're going to literally say this, I feel like I'm giving so much all the time. Stop it. Just stop. Nurture them from a distance, nurture them from like a teaching, like not a teaching, preaching, but like teach them how to fish. Then they can eat forever. If you just give them the fish all the time, they're going to like be desperate for you, So use that analogy of like, how do I help them to learn, to eat, to do the things to take care of themselves, so that you're not overdoing it. Okay. We do have this energy in this instinctual part of us, this knowingness of what we need to heal, what we need to let go of, what we can endure, what we can endure. And I'm looking here. So Mercury is in the gate of endurance, which is in the 32 here. It's asked us, what can we endure? I can no longer take this. So speak up. I can no longer take this. I need to be done with this. Do your burning session. Release. Set your new intentions today, my friends. Set your new intentions today. So today is October the 25th. I'm recording this at exactly 10:38 my time, but there is time. I'm actually just gonna, I'm here live with you. I'm actually gonna look to see when the moon is void, of course, just for anybody who kind of like catches this earlier on in the day, to let you know, like, what are great days to write your intentions. Okay, so the moon does not go void, of course, until the 27th, and the 27th is Thursday. So you've got a couple of days here to really get into the juiciness of Scorpio season. Meditate, explore, get out into nature, think about, feel into what needs me to let it go. Like, what part of my divine feminine is like moving on beyond the most triggered part of me? What can I heal? What can I work through? Where can I love myself a little bit extra so that I can heal this piece of me to move forward into where I'm supposed to be, which is here. Like North Node is here in 2. 2 is about allowing. Am I letting myself just like fall back into a universal hug? Do I trust that I'm in the right place at the right time? Do I trust that universe has my back no matter what? Like, because we're all calibrating experiences based on what we believe, based on how we feel. So if we can learn to reprogram these parts of us, this part and this part, it helps us to become a super magnetic attractor to the things, the experiences, the people, the opportunities that are in alignment with that allowing piece, with what we desire. You know, we know we're here for a purpose. We know, like those of you who are here watching this, you know, there's something you're here to do. You don't know maybe what it is yet, but you know, like there is something, a deep pull on your being and a knowingness. Okay. It's just this deep knowing within you. So are you allowing it to come through? Are you allowing there to be space for the expansion? Okay. We've got Mars here, which is the planet of action up in gate 12. And that's the gate of the channel. So it's like insights, ideas, whispers are coming through to you every single day and will continue to for the next like till March, little while. We're going to be spending time with this gate 12. And it's a beautiful energy. You've got Jupiter in expansion, okay, or in spirit, sorry, expanding our connection with source, expanding our connection with spirit right now. Are you allowing that? Are you trusting that? Are you feeling like it's possible? And then in gate 36 is Neptune. Okay, so remember I was talking about exploring. Gate 36 is about exploring. So explore the subconscious, explore it, dive into it. I was talking to clients this morning and I was saying, you know, like there's a beautiful book. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics. I can't remember who the author is at the moment, but go and look it up. It's a great book to help you reprogram this, reprogramming your mind, because it's it can happen overnight. But can you believe that it could happen overnight? Or does it need to be a struggle? Stop the struggle, friends. Stop the struggle and let it flow. Okay, that is a lot of information for you. But I also want to just say here, remember we talked about Saturn, we have the North Node and Uranus conjunct. They're both in the 2, okay? So that's the gate of allowing. So there's some things here that's like, shake it up. If you don't trust for a day. Trust for a day. See what happens if you just trusted for a day that like everything you need is just going to show up. Everything I need is going to show up. And the moment you go into like, but who am I? Or how is that going to happen? Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about the why, which is the hardest part. But if you could just get into like, lean back in your chair, lean back in your life and be like, all right, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Or whoever you need to call in, that's up to you. Okay. Whatever your belief system is, let them take the wheel. Whoever that is. Maybe it's the galactic center. Let it take the wheel. Okay. So one last card here before we shut this down for the day. What do you need to know in this last little moment here before I set you free on the world? Listen to guidance, friends. Listen to guidance. That's it. We're closing out with that. So tune in, tap into all your Scorpio vibes. I just got goosies all over my whole body, which means like, something's brewing, something's coming, something's delicious. I cannot wait. Can't wait. My God, there's so much juiciness. So I will leave you with this. For those of you who are curious about tuning and tapping into your divine feminine frequency, if you want to get little updates from me, I do this beautiful Voxer message. It's all my girls who got the Celestial box are getting this for free right now. But if you want to experience the divine feminine frequency where I do a little voice note, so it's like, if you don't know Voxer, Vox is the best thing ever. And it's like a voice note. So it's like a walkie-talkie for adults. and I drop a little voice note in there to say, hey, like Venus is here, Moon is here. This is how you may be feeling today, or how you may be expressing in your feminine energy. It's very specific to feminine energy, and nobody else is doing this, my friends. So it's a beautiful way to look at where is it showing up for you in your body. Like, so many people are talking about feminine energy, but like, if we can track the moon every day and we can track Venus every day, you will know exactly like what may show up in your feeling sphere and what may show up in your feminine. Like, ooh, how can I use the juiciness of Scorpio season in my feminine? Well, you could go really deep. So anyways, this is $11.11 a month. So it's $11.11 because that just felt good. And it is available to any one of you who wants to try it. So if you'd like to try it out, join me. Come in for 7 days for free. So I'm going to put that out there right now. Come in for 7 days for free. See if you like it. If you like it, stay, love it, be part of my world and be part of the divine feminine frequency, the DFF. So it's a really nice way for you to just kind of like get started feeling all the vibes on a daily basis. Well, not the weekends, sometimes, depends. All right. So much love to all of you. Thank you for being here. I think I kept this pretty short, as short as possible. Anyways, I will see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day. Happy new moon eclipse in Scorpio to all of you. We'll talk to you soon.